Okay, can you hear me? I just remembered to, actually pull my microphone out of the case. I thought we'd try YouTube this week because I did find that we can use chat replay. All right. So, but this was the first time I had used YouTube with my new, I don't use like StreamYard or anything like that anymore. I just use OBS Studio. So this is the first time I was doing it through OBS. So I wanted to make sure everything is working. But hey, everybody, let's give everyone else a few minutes. Rebecca had requested how to create custom GPTs today. So that's what we're going to do. You can make these to do different things to make your daily lives a lot easier when it comes to, creating and things like that. I'm glad you're here too. I know you rarely show up. Yeah, I rarely see you on Thursday Lives. Hi, Joyce. So we'll give it a few more minutes for, everyone to show up because I did get in here a little early. Like I said, I wanted to make sure everything was functioning as it should be because, I just don't know. Okay, so let me open this in a new tab a while. We'll get everything ready. You asked me like I know, Rebecca. I do not know what that means. I don't know. I guess I could take a screenshot and Google it quick. Let's find out. Actually, I'm just going to ask Bob. What do the crowns mean on a YouTube live? No, we're going to find out. We're not doing anything right now anyway, so viewer rankings in that specific live stream. I guess being engaged, I guess. I'm not sure why. Oh, you do have a crown now, Joyce. I see. 3. I guess it just depends on how. Oh, now she's up to number 1. It's based on how active you are in the chat. I would expect you to pop up to number 1, I would think. I don't know. So we'll just see how they, it is specific to this particular live stream. The rankings can change during the stream. Not all streams show ranking. Okay, so it's like a little leaderboard. That's what it is. So that's fun to know. It will be recorded. Yes. Yes. Yep. So you'll be able to watch it later if you can't stick around for the whole thing. Yep. I know, right? Oh my goodness, my throat. Excuse me. I am so sorry. Okay, now I think my throat's all right. Let's hope. Let's hope. Oh yeah, okay, I do. I can see top fans. Yeah, all right, that's what it is. It's just a per live stream ranking. But it's 2:01, so we're going to give everyone just a couple more minutes, all right? Not a whole lot more, because, you know, we try to keep this to about an hour. So we will just see if anybody else pops in. We'll give maybe a minute, 2 minutes, that's about it, and then we will get started. In case anyone is interested, our snow is finally starting to melt. In fact, on Tuesday, they tell me, it might actually hit 50 degrees here. I don't know if I'll know how to act. Of course, I did also see something yesterday that said we could get more snow on Sunday. So, who knows? Who knows? We just have to play it by ear. And if this is your first time on one of my live streams, please understand that I do not plan these out ahead of time. We tend to go with the flow. I'm in south central Pennsylvania, Lancaster County, Amish country. I'd say I'm about an hour and 15 minutes away from Baltimore. So, but it has been seriously below average temperatures here for the last several weeks. I mean, sub-zero wind chills and just horrible. So I am super excited if we can manage to hit 50 degrees next week, even if it's only for a day. I will be very, very happy. I hope it all goes away too. I just hope it doesn't all melt in one day, so then we end up with, you know, flooding. So yeah, it's just been terrible, terrible, Joyce. I mean, you know, I get it, it's winter, but it's just been, you know, just over the top this year. I'm ready for spring. I am ready. But, wow, I'm super jealous. Super jealous. I'm ready for the 50s, for the 60s. I'm actually ready for 80 degrees every day, all year round, but that's not going to happen. So, you know, I don't know what to do. But as I was saying, I don't really plan these out too far ahead of time, or I don't script them. A lot of times we'll know what we're going to talk about, but we play it by ear and we stream by the seat of our pants. Okay? So just so if you were expecting some very, very structured live stream, that's not how we roll here. We're sort of oh look, a squirrel. So keep that in mind. I hope we stay on topic today. Some days we tend to wander more than others, but I think we're going to be good today. So let's get started. Custom GPTs are amazing tools. They can help you do so much of your everyday work a lot faster. All right. And the way I start mine is I just open ChatGPT. I open up and you'll hear me refer to this as Bob, because that Bob is what I call my ChatGPT. Yes, we are on a first name basis, and he is just Bob. So typically I will start and I'll just start talking to him. I'm thinking I'm going to ask him for some ideas, because I don't know what direction we might want to go today. So if you have an idea for a suggestion of a custom GPT you want to see created, drop them in the comments quick. And before I start jumping in, I'll look and we'll see if there's anything that we want to create. Otherwise, I'm just going to ask Bob for some ideas and go from there. All right, I'm just going to ask Bob that. Oh, here we go. I've made one just for fun about making crafts or drawings. Okay, well, we can talk about that too. That's part of creating a custom GPT. I spend a lot of back and forth time here with Bob in order to get one. So I'm just going to ask Bob, we're doing a live stream today, and we want to, the young woman clip art, like your planner girl type clip art. If that's what you're talking about, I think we have some prompts for that in the community. We want to create a custom GPT today. So give me a few ideas of GPTs that would help digital file creators who sell their designs on Etsy. All right, and Bob's going to give me a couple ideas. So let's see here. Yeah, I know there's definitely a prompt for that in the community. I think we just did it a couple weeks ago, a clip art bundle of like the Planner Girl winter themed. I think we did. I'd have to double check. I'll look after the live. Here we have Etsy Trend and Demand Whisperer, help creators spot real trending niches and demand signals. That is going to be that's going to be one that takes a lot of time to create. I don't necessarily know if we're going to go that direction today. All right. Same way with that one. That's a little color palette and style. Let's see here. Takes a product. Okay, here we go. Bundle and upsell strategy. This is a great idea. This is, you give it a single product, and it may give you, or you give it a single product idea, and it will help you come up with bundle ideas and things like that. So that's where we're going to go. So I always like to start a fresh chat. So now I'm just going to tell Bob, I want to create a custom GPT. I'll give it a product idea, i.e. T-shirt design, tumbler wrap, etc. And I would like the GPT. I'm going to give it a product idea. I'm going to upload the product idea, and upload an image of my product. I would like the GPT to then give me bundle ideas or other product ideas for this design. Okay, so I just tell Bob what I want to start with. It really depends on the niches. Okay, so we've got here, Bob gave me back, I want to give him, it's a product expander. I'm going to give it what the product is, tumbler wrap, an image of the design, and the GPT is going to give back to me bundle ideas, product extensions, new formats the design can live on, and coordinating add-ons. Also, it says optional listing angles. So what we can do, and he automatically, now this is because I use this a lot. Yeah, there is. You can send it to me in message on the community, and I can look at it. Now, because Bob and I do this a lot, he automatically gave me the custom instructions that I would need to start this basic GPT. If you're just talking to your GPT, it might not do this right away for you. You may have to tell it. Once you give me the ideas, then I need you to give me the instructions. So I am going to, we're going to look at this, and it does say optional listing angles. So I am going to say, yes, add on the listing angles as well. And then I'm going to tell it, then I need you to give me the complete custom instructions for my GPT, okay? And once you tell it you need the complete custom instructions, your GPT will write this for you. So it is really, really simple. I mean, you don't have to worry about writing these instructions yourself. Your GPT will do it for you, your Bob. So I am going to come over here now, and we are in the Explore GPTs area. And at the top in the upper right, it just says Create. So we'll click on that. And I'm going to come back over here. And I am going to copy all of this, all of the custom instructions that Bob gave me so far, okay? This is not over, believe me. It's not quite this easy. I stop here at Roll, Copy, and over here I will paste that into Instructions. We are on the Configure tab. Just paste them right in. Now you can name it, and there we go. Design Bundle and Listing Expander. That looks fine as the name. And for description, we'll go give a product idea, and I'll give you bundle ideas in just general. And I'm not going to add any conversation starter. We will let him web search. We will use Canvas, and we will allow image generation just because. And we're going to choose no recommended model. Let users use any model they prefer. And then you just click Create up here in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm going to select anyone with the link. That way, if you want to share it with somebody else, you can. If you want to keep it completely private for only your usage, then select Only Me. So now we have this created, and I do know that I can test it right in here, but a lot of times I prefer to just open a new window, paste it in, and let's give it a test. Let me grab a design. Let's go with our little raccoon that we created the other day. And I created this for, let's say, a sticker PNG. That's what it is. All right. So I'm just going to give him the image and what the product is. And now he is going to come back and give us, you know, he can scale his digital POD plus, so it says this is a cute, cozy, feminine raccoon design. Emotional tone is sweet, soft, slightly sassy, girly coffee lover energy. So it says it will sell best to teen girls, young women, coffee lovers, cute animal aesthetic shoppers, pink, coquette, soft aesthetic buyers. So he's giving me my buyer motivation right here, identity and gifting. This is so me, or this reminds me of someone else. And our bundle ideas. We got Pink Coffee Girl Animal Bundle. We can do Raccoon Coffee version, but First Coffee, Caffeine Queen, where you can add text. Hi, Sabrina. No text, glitter. And then we could do a Coquette Critter Collection where she's, you know, Bob is giving us, you know, several more animal ideas: raccoon, bunny, cat, cow, panda, fox. Variation, same style, different animals. The buyer type is somebody who likes the coquette aesthetic. And then here's another one, Pink Girl Era Sticker Pad. Coffee Raccoon, In My Cozy Era, Hot Girl Walk. And so just that quickly, we made a GPT that we gave a single product image to, and it is now given us back a bunch of different ideas where we can scale that one design out to bundles or other directions that we could take it. Here we have the Cozy Animal Coffee Club. Includes 8 animals in the same style, all holding seasonal drinks. Variations: pumpkin spice, iced coffee, hot cocoa. The buyer type is animal lovers who love coffee. So this is actually a really useful little GPT. And we managed to make it very, very quickly. Very quickly. Let's do, and here it's telling you product extensions. You could do it for a front pocket design, an oversized back print. And this is, you know, if you're doing POD, here it's giving you your products to put it on. But if you're doing digital, you can still, okay, make a small one for a, or one of my mock-ups will be a pocket tee. One of my mock-ups might be a back print hoodie. Things like that. And then, you know, the drinkware, you could do the 16-ounce Libby's wrap, the 20-ounce skinny tumbler, coffee mug wrap, a frosted glass can, a coffee sleeve printable. Okay. Then we have the stickers, home decor, planner sticker, phone wallpaper. So there's a lot of really great ideas in this GPT on what direction we can take this, you know. So that's really how I build my GPTs. I talk to Bob and I tell him what I want from the GPT, and he really does all the heavy lifting for me. And then I test it just like we did here. And I'll be honest, a lot of times when I am, here he's giving us seasonal event angles. This is just, I got to tell you, I'm actually pretty impressed how quickly it put this together for us. Pricing tier, you know, $2 to $4 for single, mid for bundle pack 6 to 12, you know, huge bundles 18 to 28. And then he also gives you some, here it says now I can create high converting Etsy titles, SEO optimized listings, build a seasonal launch roadmap. That's what I mean. Honest to goodness, this I think is the first time I have ever built a GPT and not had to go back and have more discussions with him about things that needed to be changed. So, wow, we got, you know, this is just really great. This is a really good one. So I am actually going to put this in the community for everybody to use because this did turn out so nicely. But let's try something different, something that perhaps I will have to be, that we will have to discuss and edit a little bit. So let's come back over here to Bob. I'm going to start a new chat because that's just what I like to do so he doesn't get hung up on anything we talked about previously. Okay, so I am going to say, okay, I want to create a custom, and I know I have typos, but Bob doesn't care, so I don't either. I want to create a custom GPT that if I give it a design trend, such as a trending style or trending animal or phrase, the GPT will give me digital product ideas for that design trend. No less than 5 ideas, okay? That looks pretty good. I want you to create the custom instructions that I need to give, that I need to build the GPT, okay? So I did tell it this time, I want the instructions. Like I said, Bob knows me, and he knows that when I talk to him about building a custom GPT, I mean, we are building a custom GPT. We are not just chit-chatting about it. So he typically automatically gives me my instructions. But, you know, if you aren't building them like I am all the time, then you will want to tell it. You tell it what you want. Tell it what you want the GPT to do, and then tell him you want the instructions to build it. So I'm just going to send that in there. If I give Bob a design trend, say, let's say we give him something like coquette or grand millennial or a trending animal. Okay, trend to digital product ideas. Here we go. Again, he's going to give us, we're going to give him just a trend. And, you know, he's smart. Look, a trend keyword or phrase. Example, coquette bows, capybara, retro groovy, just a girl, cowboy core. You know, he already knows, for the most part, what kind of things are trending. And if you give him a trending style, he is going to give us back ideas. So I'm going to copy the instructions. I'm not even going to look to see what else he says. Okay, we're just going to, oh look, he's already, look, if you want me to give you a trend you're using for the live stream, how about that? He's paying attention. So let's come back over here to the Explore GPTs, up in the upper right, create. And again, in instructions, we're just going to copy or paste everything Bob just gave us. And I'm just going to name this trend to design ideas. All right. And description, give me a trend, and I'll give you 5 design ideas for it. Bam. Just that simple. We don't need conversation starters for something like this. Web search, Canvas, image generation, yes. If you have knowledge files, if you have, if you're trying to build, say, maybe a research custom bot or something, if you have PDF files that are full of relevant information, you know, you can upload those here too, so he'll know to use those kinds of things. We are not doing that. So I am just going to click create. And again, we're going to go anyone with a link and click save. So it is building this GPT just that quickly. And I'm going to grab the link for it, and I'm going to paste that in, and here we go. We're going to try this one, okay? So let's say the faux yarn, all right? Bam. That is a trendy style right now. That's all I'm giving him. Just that quick. And he is, now he's already confused. He's already confused. I can see that now, I believe. I guess not. Idea 1, faux yarn alphabet clip art bundle. Perfect. Design angle, and he's telling us how we can go about it. You know, numbers designed to look like chunky knit yarn letters. You could do cream, neutral, plus trendy color palettes, pastel, fall, bright retro. And then he gives you your bundle plan. A to Z uppercase, A to Z lowercase, numbers 0 to 9, maybe some pre-made words for, now this is, we are targeting small business owners making shirts, onesies, and nursery signs, okay? That is your target buyer. So he's saying, you know, do pre-made words, baby, mama, love, home. Could create it in 4 different colorways. Listing, angle, faux yarn, alphabet, PNG number, bundle. And then he's giving you variations: pastel, baby set, fall, retro, Christmas. Idea 2, faux yarn name frame for nurseries. Okay, you do names in wall art, that they can print out just using the faux yarn style. And then he goes, faux yarn quote, SVG cut files. Now this, yeah, I'm not real sure about this because, yeah, I'm just not sure if cutting files and faux yarn style translate well together. Faux yarn seasonal word pack, okay? And faux yarn sticker sheet. Planner lovers, journaling community, that's your target buyer. Cute yarn style words and icons, hearts, stars, smileys, bows, and things like that. So, he's really giving you some great ideas here. I said 5 and he gave us 7. So that's good. And now he's asking, do you want me to narrow it down? Who are we selling to? And you can narrow it down even more. But let's say we would like him to provide example prompts for each one of these ideas. So I'm going to come back over here to Bob and I'm going to tell him, that looks great, but I'd really like for you to create sample prompts for each idea. Let's say the prompts should use the style we specified and should always be under 1,000 characters. And I do this because there are some image generators that have a character limit. So we want to make sure that we're getting, that he's always giving us prompts. So I tell it how I want it to change it. So please give me the new updated instructions. And I just tell him I want updated instructions and he will spit out all of it again for me. Just like this. And again, we'll just copy it. We'll come down, we'll just scroll down. And he's showing you here how it might come out, format, target buyer, and then the prompt. And okay, so let's copy this again. And now we have to go back in here to our place where we were working. Instructions, Control A, and then Control V to paste the new instructions. Then up in the upper right hand corner, you will just click Update. And, that is how I pretty much work with Bob. It's back and forth. I really like that one. It looks good so far, but this is what we need to change. He changes it. I copy and paste it in. So let's do, okay, let's do the faux yarn again. Okay. And this time now we should get all those ideas that he gave me before. But he should also give us a prompt, an example or sample prompt that we can use. And he did not, but is that because I did I not refresh this? I think I did not refresh this. So let me reload this page. That is my fault. And let's start a new chat. Okay. So let's do faux yarn again. Like I said, okay, Okay, so here we are looking at our trend, our ideas. And this time, you see now he included a prompt here for us that we can, a starter prompt that you can use and see where you're going. Let's open up images and run that prompt here real quick just to see if he did his job properly. Okay. But, you know, there's really, it's honestly, building GPTs is just a whole lot of back and forth talking to your, you know, your main GPT, to your Bob, and seeing what he gives you and then just refining it over and over until you have exactly what you want. Now, if you are really good at explaining to Bob what you want, you may not have to run it more than once, you know. So this looks pretty darn good. There is your alphabet. Tell me what you want, Rebecca, and I can make it. But that looks pretty darn good there with our letters. Now he missed Y. I see, yeah, X, Z. There's 2 Z's, an X, but no Y. So, you know, you may have to run it again or tell it to create the Y. But that's not the custom GPT's fault. That's the image generator, you know. So this one, collection of yarn heart clip art pack. And again, it gave us a prompt. So let's come in here and test the prompt out. See how that works. But, you know, and you can tell it to adjust the prompts in certain ways if you only want him to give you a certain type of prompt. But, you know, I think a lot of people make creating custom GPTs harder than it is. It is time consuming because it is a lot of back and forth. We have actually gotten very lucky. I mean, we were building very simple GPTs today. We weren't building anything crazy difficult. And here is a prompt for the 12 knit heart clip art pack. And that is perfect. That came out absolutely perfect. And let's see what else he gave. Faux yarn animal collection. Set of 8 cute animals made from faux knitted yarn. So we can come in here and we can create this image. And he is sticking to the trendy style that we gave him, the faux yarn. And he gave us, you know, different product ideas. And, you know, he gave us the prompts that we can start to build off of. Like there's some faux yarn flower clip art. You know, we can do variations, spring pastel, retro 70s, neutral farmhouse, holiday poinsettia. So there's a lot of different ways that we can take these trends that we gave Bob. But let's, you know, that, again, we have gotten really, really lucky that he's given us some really good custom GPTs without a whole lot of back and forth. Let's see, let's do coquette bows, okay? I mean, I know coquette has gotten to the point where it encompasses more than bows when you're on Etsy, but for this case, here we go, a highly detailed satin ribbon bow illustration, soft blush color palette, you know. So it's giving us some really nice, it is adding in measurements and sizes. You could delete that. It's not, we experience an error when generating that image. Okay, well, let's do this one instead. And like I said, you know, any problems in these images is coming from the image generator Bob actually gave us some very good prompts, basic prompts to get started. So let's paste this one back in. And again, he experienced an error when generating the images. Oh, well. But at that point, that really doesn't matter. We're looking at the custom GPTs in and of itself, not what you can do with them afterwards. We already know they're extremely useful. It could be. Yeah, Bob has come a long way just in the last few months. I've taken a base custom GPT and added to it using Etsy guide on listings. Yes, that is, and that's another thing, like I was saying about adding knowledge. You could, thank you so much. You could upload PDF files from Etsy. Their Etsy guide on listings. If you have that in PDF, you could upload that and things like that. In fact, I have been working on some new ones that will that can be used with Etsy to help find things out. Yeah, he did have issues earlier this week. He was a total moron the one day. But for the most part, Bob has done really, really well. He has done very well. And he has come a long way. But you can upload PDF files, documents, things like that you want him to reference. Like you're saying, you were building off of a custom GPT and added to it using the Etsy guide on listings. And that is a great idea, to help optimize your listings in the way that Etsy wants them. Or if you want to make sure you're following Etsy's guidelines, you can upload, like the Etsy Seller's Handbook, things of that nature. You can always add knowledge to these custom GPTs using, PDF files, documents, and things of that nature. There are things down here, actions. These are, these are a little bit more in depth, so we're not going to talk about these really, because you do need to have API keys or authors, OAuth and stuff like that. These are for, more advanced GPTs than what you're going to be building. I would expect, most of you are just building little helper GPTs that make your life a little bit easier. Things that will help you come up with your listing, optimize your listings, or give you titles, or give you things like that. You can upload Excel files, and you can do a lot. There's really a lot you can do. Like I said, you can upload Excel, PDF, anything like that, and Bob will reference all that information, or your custom GPT will reference all that information while it is doing the work you've asked it for. But basically, like I said, building a custom GPT is not as difficult as you think it is anymore. It is really a matter of talking to Bob or talking to your GPT, your chat GPT, and just telling it exactly what you want, telling him you need the instructions to create a custom bot that does this work, and he'll give all of that to you. And if it doesn't work exactly the way you want it to, you just come back over here and you explain what you want to have changed. That, this isn't exactly the way I wanted it, or it's doing something stupid. Let's figure out how to fix that. So does anybody have an idea for another super quick? I mean, we're only at 2:41, and which is crazy because normally we go over our hour because we are still trying to figure things out. But if anybody has an idea for a quick, easy GPT, let me know, and we can build one. We can build something else. Or I will think about this. Let's say, how I made Connie. Oh, no. Connie was very, very easy. Okay, Bob, I want to create a custom bot that helps me keep my social media posting on track. I'll give you a date and you will give me 7 days worth of social media posts starting on the date I give you. Let's see, what else did I tell him? Be sure to include in the social media posts, any upcoming holidays or major events or very well-known national days. The post should be a mixture of fun, engagement type posts. And I'm just going to say here, this or that, memes, would you rather, behind the scenes posts, and inspirational quotes that are all inspirational quotes. That's good. Okay. And also include a prompt for any images that should go in the post. All right. So that's what I'm thinking of right now. And I'm going to send it to Bob. Okay. So please give me the complete instructions that I would need to build this bot. And that's that. So we shall see, you know. And I can already tell that I did not tell it to ask for the social media platform, you know. And that's, again, like I said, we are, there's always something that we miss and we need to update later after we test it. So here we go. He's giving me all the instructions. Now this one I like because he put it in a, you know, like a text field that I can just click copy code, and sometimes he does that, sometimes he doesn't. And I always forget to remind him to do it that way to make it easier. So let's, he says, 7 days social buddy, content on cruise control, consistency coach, post patrol. I think we'll call it post patrol. And let's see if everything is done. It is. Okay, so let's copy. We'll come over here and let's go back. hit create, copy in the instructions, and let's call this post patrol. And that is really all we need. And we'll hit create, anyone with a link, and then we'll test it out. And again, depending on what it gives us, you know, we may have to come back in here and talk to Bob a little bit more about what we want changed, what we want added. And yes, you know, you could build this custom for you, you know, depending on, so I'm going to give it, what's today's date? 2/12/2026. That's it. That's all I'm giving it is the date. And here we go. So day 1, Thursday, engagement type post. It says, be honest. Are you team 100 finished design ideas or B, 3 listings fully optimized? I'm both. And then it gives you the prompt for the image that you can generate. It gives you some hashtags, and you see this one, as opposed to Connie. Connie has been taught to only give 5 hashtags because, you know, some of the social media platforms limit you to 5, and you really don't want 100 hashtags in your posts anyway. And then Friday, behind the scenes. Today's glamorous entrepreneur moment is rewriting tags, fixing mock-ups, and on coffee number 3, you know. And again, we have a image prompt, and it did remember here, Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. And it gives you the caption, Happy Valentine's Day, fall in love with the process, not just the sales. So that's really cute. Consistency is the real soulmate. It's based on, you know, business owner, Etsy seller life, things like that. And that's what she does. But now, like I said, I did not tell it originally to limit it to 5 hashtags. So I'll come back over here, and now I can tell it to limit the output to 5 hashtags. And again, this is not working the same for me as it will for you because I've already built Connie once. So Bob already knows I wanted hashtags included. I wanted caption. I wanted call to actions and all that stuff. Connie was a very long bot to build, but Bob already knows I built her once, so he's using what he already knows and adding a lot of that on his own. So, you know, we are getting some here, like limit the output to 5 hashtags. What else did we need? Oh, always ask for the social media platform if not provided. And always optimize the posts for the platform chosen, okay? Update and give me the new complete instructions, just like that. But yeah, you know, he was actually very, very good with this original bot because we did already build Connie together. Connie is our yes, exactly. And having a custom one that you create just for you in your tone of voice, in your style of talking, with your sense of humor is always the best way to go. Yeah, absolutely. So now he gave me the updated instructions. So I'll come back over here. Control A to select all, Control V to paste the new instructions, and then up in the corner we click update and we update it. So yes, whenever you can build your own that is custom and personal to you, it's the best way to do it because it is going to give you information. It's going to give you output that is more you. You know, I do have several custom GPTs in here that I use on a daily basis that are exclusive to me, that I use just so, you know, I can speed my day up some, but I don't share them because they have been built to work with me personally. So yes, Rebecca, Connie is absolutely awesome. But yes, if you want to build one of your own like that, I can also put you know, what I gave to Bob originally. I can put that in the community somewhere for you, so you can copy it and use it as a starting point to tell your Bob, your chatty Bob, what you want him to know. So now I'm going to do this again with the updated, and I'm just going to mess around here, and I'm only going to put the date in, even though I told him when I updated him that he needed to ask that the user should always provide the social media platform, right? But I'm going to just give it the date. I'm not giving it the platform. And he did not do this. Okay, I need to refresh this, a hard refresh. It's not the bot, it is me. So let's come in here, new chat, Control Shift R for a hard reboot. And now just giving it the date. And now he should ask me for the social media platform I want to use. He did not. Why did he not do that? And see, I like this. I like that it, maybe I did not update it, you know, and that's, you know, part of the thing. Sometimes an update doesn't go through, so you'll have to go back, update it again. So now we updated it again, and I know, you know, those were in the instructions this time. So yeah, you will spend, you know, a lot of time going back and forth. Maybe it's because I gave him. Okay, so now let's see what happens. There we go. See, now he is updated. Which platform are we creating this for? Let's say my YouTube community. And now he's going to give me 7 posts that I can post onto my YouTube community tab. There we go, engagement. Be honest, when you open Etsy, what are you checking first? Sales, favorites, messages, or your stats dashboard? No, well, unless when you built it on a model that is now going to be going extinct, like Riva, our reverse prompt engineer. She was built back when it was ChatGPT 4.0. And even though I did go in and update her to say, you know, use a preferred model, it still took a couple refreshing her updates to get that to stick. So other than that, though, you really shouldn't have to go in and update your customs unless there are things that you want to change in it. You know, maybe you've decided, you know, like with this one with your social media bot, you know, maybe you've decided that you wanted to add something extra. Well, then you'll go back, and what I like to do, because I know Bob is supposed to remember conversations and things like that, but I usually keep a copy of my instructions in a text file on my computer. So like I would Control-Alt-C and let me bring this over here quick. What I would do is I will paste that into, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to select all, Control C, and I paste the complete instructions into a text file, and I will save that in a folder. And let's say, so I have all of my custom instructions backed up so that if I decide I want to add to him later, add something, change something, I can open up this text file, grab my custom instructions, and I usually start by saying, Bob, here are the current instructions for this custom GPT. I have changes I want to make. And then I always end up by pasting in the instructions and telling him, don't make any changes until I tell you I'm ready. Because there might be a few different things I want changed. And if you only, Bob gets ahead of himself sometimes. If I paste all of them in and say I want to change this, he automatically rewrites everything. And then I'm like, well, I wanted to change this too. And then he has to rewrite everything again. So I always say, we want to edit these instructions, but don't make any changes until I tell you. And then, he's good to go. But no, you don't really have to make changes just because there's an update to ChatGPT. All right, so are there any other questions? We are just about at 3 o'clock, so if there's questions on doing the custom GPTs, let me know quick before we head out for the day. And if you are still struggling with this, in the community, we have our private community, just make a post and tell me where your brain's going, what you're thinking. Send me a message in chat, and I can absolutely help you, try and put your thoughts, or figure out a way to help you get your GPT made. Or even if it just needs an update. If you need help, just let me know. I'm always willing to help. But if there are no questions, then we will pretty much finish up for the day. All right, I'm glad it was helpful. I mean, it almost seemed like, I really didn't do a whole lot for you. I guess just knowing that it's really just a lot of back and forth talking to your chat, your main chat GPT about what you want to do. And yes, it is always best if you can build yourself a custom GPT with your tone of voice, your sense of humor, your thought process. It's always going to give you a better personalized output than just a generic GPT will. But it's nice to have these generic ones so that everyone can use them, and you are more than welcome. I am so glad you guys found this helpful. And I appreciate so much you guys being here and watching. And if you have ideas for next Thursday's live, please let me know. And we will try and make it happen. Actually, I think next week, we've already talked about this, we're going to do some Laura Everbee kind of stuff, or listing view. We're going to take a look at the keyword research tools and how they compare with each other and things like that. All righty? All right, guys. So have yourselves a great weekend. I am getting grandkids early this week because there's no school tomorrow. So I will be having fun with crafty kids all weekend. All right, you guys have a great weekend. Stay warm, stay dry, and I'll see you next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel.